Hello.
Hi.
I'm actually not in my pajamas.
Oh, well done.
No, manic night, but I'm like more manic than I have been in previous weeks. Yeah, I managed to get to a group call. Whether or not I survive it is another matter.
Well done. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Kate. Hello, Stacey.
Hi.
Hi. Hello, Lottie. I've been to yoga today, but you wouldn't believe it because I'm so stiff. The dog's going to play with a tennis ball in the background. What are you doing? Just leave it on the chair.
Yes,
Right.
Mummy, okay, I will.
Look. As if he does that either. That's what he wants. Right. Hello, lovely people. Oh, look at Lottie's Donald Duck jumper.
No, I thought you were going to say the Christmas tree, but yeah, it's finally decorated.
Love it. Everyone okay? Everyone happy? Let's just check Facebook and that no one is saying they can't get online. No, all seems fine. Good. Right, let's start with my rapid girls, and then we'll go on to the old timers that have been here for a while. I don't mean that in age, girls. Love you. I'm just going to go around my screen in order. Kate, how are you doing?
Hi. Forgive my 5 million layers. My boiler broke today and I've got no heating or hot water and it's just a nightmare.
That's not
not
good.
okay.
No.
And my oven
Stardust?
decided to break as well. So
you can't even put the oven on to warm up.
literally the worst day ever. But it's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, so I'm all right.
Okay. How have you been doing this week?
Admittedly, I have not been tracking as well as I was before. I'd like to say I've made healthy food choices. I just haven't been tracking it. So I don't know if I've kept within or anywhere near my calorie range. I would hope I have. I've not kind of majorly been gorging on food, but I just haven't tracked it, which isn't good. So I need to get back on it. But to be fair, today and yesterday have just been slightly ridiculous with work and with everything going on here and stuff. So I am going to try and refocus and get back on it.
So is it the craziness that has got in the way of the tracking?
100%, because I've been so busy. Yesterday I had a bowl of porridge, as I always do every morning, and then it got to 7:30 p.m. and I realized I'd not eaten because I've literally been racing around all over the shop. And at that point I thought, oh well, that's why my stomach's rumbling. And then at dinner and probably ate too much, but again there's no way I could have gone over my calorie limit because I hadn't eaten for the whole day. But it's obviously not the best way of doing it.
No.
And today's been very bitty because I've literally been flying around all over the place, so I've just kind of thrown food in as and when.
Okay. So
I'm hoping things might actually calm down over the next few days, and I can refocus.
Cool. Good. Tip for everyone in terms of pre-tracking. So this is one of the reasons I always encourage people to, and Stacey and Michelle will talk about this as well, that I eat the same breakfast every day because I really enjoy it. And if I don't eat the same breakfast every day, I miss that breakfast and I feel sad for the breakfast that I've not eaten. But just actually what that does, even if I ate the same breakfast 5 days in a row, or you did the same thing, it just makes it really easy. How, I don't strictly count my calories anymore because I've I'm advanced enough that I know roughly how much is in my meals, but I know that that breakfast is about 500 calories. So when you're doing your meal planning, and I know that Stacey does this, you put your meals into the, into your diary as your, oh gosh, sorry, dog situation. You put your meals into your diary as you're planning your meals, and then it's quicker to make the tweaks. Oh, here, another dog situation. That makes it really easy. There's also a copy function. I don't know if people have seen that. So you can copy meals from one day to the next. You're not going to be able to see it properly, but if I went on to yesterday's food, you're not going to be able to see this because of my ring light. But if you click the three dots at the bottom of, say, breakfast for yesterday, you can copy it to breakfast to today, or you can create a meal. So when you are then having those crazy days, if you roughly know what breakfast, lunch and dinner is going to be, all you have to add in is any snacks. Just helps.
That's a really good shout. Thank you.
You're welcome. And anything else other than, can we all send you some heating?
Yeah, I've got one electric heater that's on in the lounge, and I'm going to move that upstairs with me when I go to bed.
Oh no. Oh, good luck.
Thanks. Yeah, fingers crossed for a plumber tomorrow.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Okay, good job. Thank you. Sarah, how are you doing?
Yeah, not very well at all, I'm afraid. But I need to get myself like back on track, and just like as there's just trouble finding time to meal plan, not been in the right mood. That's time.
So one of the things I wanted to, I'm just going to text my husband and tell him to come and get this dog, because otherwise me and the dog are going to fall out. Tom Hiller. One of the things, please come get the dog. Please get the dog. One of the things I was going to say is we get into this spiral, right? And this is why when Laura wrote her post at the beginning of the week about, I've realized how much headspace this takes, is we get ourselves into a spiral. So whatever's going on in everyone's lives, and let's be honest, there's something going on in everyone's life in this room, everyone, at least one thing. But you're all on a journey at the minute on the 4 weeks. And then Stacey and Michelle are one-to-one clients of mine. And you're all on this journey, but then there's this other stuff going on as well. And you're trying to do the stuff on the 4 weeks, and then something hits the fan. And this sends you in a flat spin, whether it's the boiler or whatever it is that's going on. And then, so your attention goes there, and what you do is you neglect this. And then you end up beating yourself up about both things. And the spiral is, it's like one of those marble runs, and the marble's just hitting off the two things constantly, and we just get ourselves into this spiral. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I can take away any of that crap that's going on in everyone's life, because hey, I'd be a millionaire if I could do that. I can't. But what I want to say is, don't beat yourself up about any of it. And that's easier said than done. I recognize that. But no one is failing anything. You are here to learn. Okay, this is 4 weeks. It is really difficult. Stacey started with me on a 4-week program. She's still with me a year later. In 4 weeks, you are not going to fix everything. You are creating a base. You're creating a layer. And if you come out of these 4 weeks and you've learned how to use MyFitnessPal, and you know you need to get more protein and fruit and veg in your diet, and you've grown that awareness to take into the next stage, then that is good. This I talk about this at the beginning of this program, drop a dress size before Christmas. I'm not talking about churning out people that have absolutely smashed everything they wanted to smash. It's not possible in 4 weeks. Stuff goes on, and there's all the other crap going on in the world as well. Sorry if anyone's kids are around. There's all the other stuff going on, and then there's work, and there's a lot. So be kind to yourselves. But going back to Laura's post, mindset is 100% of this, because when you can make it click that, okay, this is going on, but actually I'm not going to let it affect what I'm trying to do with my food and my exercise and making myself feel better. The fact that you are doing one thing helps with the other stuff, and they're so intertwined. So I recognize in you that there is a lot of beating yourself up, and I'm here to tell you, as is everyone else, you don't need to.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think actually it could have been a lot worse if I wasn't on this. I probably would have gone hell for leather because I had some shit knees. Whereas I think sorry if it's children, yeah.
No.
But because I'm on this, I think it's been in the at the back of my mind. So I've not gone too mad. I feel like it's recoverable.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. So what's the plan?
Up too much.
Good.
Well, I mean, the problem I have, and I know everyone on this call has got this problem from reading your post and everything, is that I hopefully, because I've had hardly any holiday this year, I'm due to finish work on Friday for Christmas, which is wonderful. But I'm absolutely shattered because I've had no holiday. And as you know, you'd expect, I'm working like 12, 13-hour days to try and get everything done before Friday. And I just short on time. So I need to make time. I need to find the time to do a bit of meal planning just to the end of this week. And then once I'm off, I can really go for it, hell for leather, really, and try and catch up on the naughty bits from the last week.
Yeah. And don't forget that meal planning doesn't have to be some gourmet, there's nothing has to fit anything if it's just the making tweaks to what you would regularly do. But what I want is for you to just be trying your best.
I tell you what I have done is I'm getting 3 meals a week delivered from HelloFresh, and I'm going for the under 600 calorie ones, and they are delicious. Nice. So that's been good.
Yeah. And did everyone see that Claire popped her she popped was it a Gusto code in the group as well? So if people want to take advantage of that, I think it's like 40% off of Gusto as well. I find with these meal boxes, if you just circulate around them, you just get a really good deal.
I'll have to look for discounts and post if I can any for people.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, anything else?
No, that's it really. Just
keep going.
The walks again, because the walks were really good, but I've cut them out too, but that'll all be different from Saturday.
Okay, good. Keep going. Lottie, you had a question, didn't you?
Yes, it was just about the fruit and veg, because I know I spoke last week that I struggled to get that in. And I have, since your advice, I've now got my frozen berries, so I throw a handful of those in at breakfast. So I now know I'm getting a portion at breakfast. And then I'm also cutting up my salads like really small and just adding them on the side of things that maybe I wouldn't have necessarily added them before. So that was really good advice. And I actually love my chicken soup now that I've got added chicken in it as well. So it's actually a lot better.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's really worked for me. But yeah, it was just that question about when you said obviously you blitz your veg, because I know Stevie won't eat certain veg. He'll like turn his nose up at it. and you mentioned blitzing it, it's the same, but
Yeah.
I'd read or heard somewhere where they advise not to blitz fruit because it can change the structure and then you're not really getting the same goodness from it, and I wasn't too sure if that's the case.
Stacey, how's my I hate slimming world face doing?
Hilarious. Yeah.
Okay, so in Slimming World, they tell you that if you mash a banana, it's a sin, but if you eat it whole, it's not. The only thing you're doing if you juice fruit and veg, you are taking away the fiber. You're literally leaving the juice as pulp in the machine, and you have the pulp, the fibrous pulp in the machine, and you're taking the juice. When you smoothie up something or you hand whisk up something, all you're doing is breaking it down. You're not taking away the fiber, so it absolutely counts.
Okay.
This is one of the reasons why certain people don't find soups very satisfying, and this is exactly why you're loving your soup now you've got more chicken in it, because obviously it's liquid, right? So, but it's still got veggies in it. So with a smoothie and stuff, I wouldn't worry about it. Like there's juicing, I would say stay away from juicing. It's absolutely pointless and really bloody expensive. But making smoothies and whizzing up your vegetables, because you're not making them so that a broccoli would be, because that you're not going to do that. But actually, if you've just got one of those stick blenders, it does make them, like Charlie ate aubergines today and he didn't even know. It works a treat. And as long as you've got like herbs and spices in the sauce and stuff, it doesn't, because aubergines and courgettes don't really taste as much. It's more I think with Charlie it's more a texture thing.
Do you bake it first? Is that what you
can
do?
I tend to just chop. So when I'm making like a bolognese, I'll chop everything up, put it in my big soup pan with a bit of oil and garlic and stuff, and then add in the tinned tomatoes and stick puree it.
Right, yeah.
Or if I've got a bit more time, I'll roast my veggies, because that'll give it a different flavour.
Yeah.
So yeah, roasting's a really good one to do if you don't want to be standing there stirring a pot for ages.
Yeah.
Or
that's really good.
Another tip, if anyone's got a slow cooker, love my slow cooker, you can stick it all in the slow cooker, leave it on low, and then when you get home, then you can whiz it.
Perfect. No, that's great. Yeah, thanks.
But yeah, there are certain people that will tell you that you shouldn't whiz up your fruit and veg.
Okay. Well, I believe you over there. So
don't worry about what they say. Okay. But it was a really good question. Thank you for asking. Yeah. Oh, and hold on. Well done for the jeans today.
I know, I was so happy. So they are technically my fat jeans, but I haven't fitted into my fat jeans since July. They literally wouldn't get above my thighs.
That's amazing.
And I was just I just felt like, when you know, and it's like, and I just knew they were going to fit, and I just got them on and they were fine. And I got lots of compliments at work, because I'd started a new job and I've never worn jeans there, and so loads of people really noticed. They're like, "Oh, you're in jeans."
How nice!
So, so I feel like I'm on the right path now to then getting down to my correct size jeans, if you know what I mean. Because I refuse to buy jeans bigger than my fat jeans. So really happy with that.
Well done. You should be so chuffed.
Yeah, I'm really happy.
Good. Michelle said, I roast vegetables and aubergine with spice on, and then it gives added flavour. Yes.
Okay, yeah. That's good advice. I'll try that.
Michelle is the resident meal planner, more so than me and Stacey. Well done, Lottie.
Thank you.
Jackie, are you feeling better?
No, I'm still the same.
Oh, rubbish.
I went to the Yorkshire Wildlife Park on Saturday to the illuminations in all that rain, So
Oh.
4 hours of driving rain and freezing cold temperatures, I was frozen. So I'm just, I'm not shaking it off at all.
No.
Anyway.
How you doing though, other than
Good.
that?
Yeah, no, good. I am sticking to my plan, not going over my calories. I'm very lucky. My daughter, on a Sunday, we sit and we plan meals for the week. And then we do the online shop. She goes, collects it on Monday morning. And then I just look after myself during the day. And then I finish work and she's cooked dinner at night. So it's quite easy, really, for me, I guess, compared to most people, because that bit's done for me. And I'm fitting in my exercise by just getting up extra early and going to the gym.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, I missed lunch. Everything that I planned didn't go to plan at all. So I was trying to cram everything in, missed lunch, which wasn't great, and did too much exercise. Trying to push myself too hard on Sunday, I felt completely exhausted.
Right.
But then I think coupled with not being very well as well and being wet through the night before, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, so far so good.
Yeah. Yeah. And you were much happier with inch loss this week, weren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I was quite surprised, actually. I wasn't expecting, because I didn't feel like I'd lost it at all.
Yeah.
And then I measured again. I'm like, that can't be right. And I went and got my glasses just to make sure. So, yeah.
Are you happy with me to just share a little bit of the conversation that we'd had? So in the first week, Jackie was really disappointed that she didn't, lose. It was £1 you lost in the first week, wasn't it? But she'd lost 2.5 inches. And I haven't got my spreadsheet open, but I have got my spreadsheet open. Spreadsheet queen, Stacey will be proud. And then this week, she has lost all over. So, oh my gosh, you've lost so many, haven't you? I've done it in centimeters.
Yes.
So I've got it something like, is it like 7?
I lost
no, it's more than that.
Yeah.
It's a crazy number. Sorry, my spreadsheet's not quite working.
I lost 14 centimeters.
14 centimeters, that's it. I've not worked one of them out into centimeters. That'll be the problem. So 14 centimeters in 1 week.
Yeah.
But her weight has only gone down by about another poundish, hasn't it? Yeah. So overall only £2 lost, but total is, over 14 centimeters now. So 16 and a half centimeters, which goes to show you. So also Jackie is exercising more now than she had been exercising in the last 2 years, because she's got a little home gym. So this just shows you what the difference is between losing fat and losing weight. We want to lose fat. So Jackie is most likely building some muscle, which is great, because that gives you a nice shape, helps you stay strong, helps you stay mobile. But she's losing fat, so she's losing centimeters. So you can see there why that would be a dress size. Yes. That's going to be a dress size, rather than, because you could not lose any centimeters and lose £4 and still not change your dress size.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
So well done, really good job.
Thank you.
Done. Naomi, hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm okay, but I've had my booster jab today and I'm feeling really tired and not quite myself. Okay. But apart from that, I'm fine.
Might just need a bit of rest tomorrow then.
Yeah.
You had some really lovely wins from last week, like you're just the things that you put into your form. Do you remember any? Do you want to share any?
What can I remember? I ate cheese and I still lost weight, because I really believe that I can't eat cheese and be healthy. So I've had my advent calendar cheese. It's not cheese every day, but it's, you know, now and then. I had food that I would call bad food. I went out for drinks after work and we got a couple of pizzas to share. I think as pizza go, it was quite healthy. It was really thin and it was lots more tomato and hardly any cheese, which in one way was a bit disappointing. But I had a bit of pizza because that's what we were having.
Yeah.
And I still lost a bit of weight and a bit of size at the end of the week. So that all felt really positive.
Yeah. And you've been able to meet people out and still do it. And it's, yeah, it is definitely in your comments, I could really see the mindset stuff coming through. So yeah,
Good.
it was lovely. Good. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Okay, good stuff. So some tough weeks, but definitely some positives in there as well. I feel like Kate might be having the toughest week if she doesn't get a plumber tomorrow, in fairness. Right, Stacey. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Are you still ill?
I've still got a croaky voice by the end of the day. Yeah.
Lovely.
And I'm still coughing. Yeah. But I'm 100 times better than I was when I left you a message last Wednesday, or in fact spoke to you on Friday.
Yeah. She was delightful.
Yeah. Yes, it's been a bit of an interesting week, to be honest. So I was ill and food just didn't taste like food should taste. So that was a challenge in itself. I was essentially just eating because I needed to fuel my body. But yeah, so did that. Had the wedding on Saturday, which was fabulous. I croaked my way through my reading. I ate a lovely 3-course dinner, including cake and sweets, and yeah, it was fabulous, and I didn't track an inch of it, and I have no intention of doing so either because it'll, yeah, just no point.
Take too long.
Take far too long. Absolutely. So yeah, then yeah, back into it this week. I've been able to do a bit of exercise this week. I can't do much because it makes me cough. But going from outside to inside, I did that on Monday, and then I've not done it again because that makes me cough even more. So I've just been doing my little workouts in the lounge and on the treadmill in the garage. So that's been good. William is not well. That's where I just disappeared off to.
I just saw your WhatsApp, sorry.
That's all right. So he has got for the 3rd week in a row, he has got another cold. So is now absolutely full of snot, and every time he lays down, obviously it starts moving around. So the next thing he does is throw up. So that's where I was a short while ago, when he decided that was going to occur. And I'm solo parenting it tonight because Martin's in Manchester. So yeah,
Who to lose?
It's good. It's a good week this week. I have lost a little bit of weight. I have lost some centimeters, though I haven't updated my form, I know, and I haven't updated that either, and that I'm sorry for, but it's all good. I've now hit 16 kilos.
16 kilos lost. Wow. Yeah.
And overall, I counted it up at the weekend on Sunday when I was doing it. Overall, I've now lost 1.3 meters in from around various parts of my body, not just one part of my body, obviously. because that would make me really disproportionate. But yeah, from all over. So that's from the tops of my arms, my bust, my waist, my hips, my thighs and my calves. Yeah, 1.3 meters.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? So 16 kilos, if you need it in old money, is 2.5 stone.
Yeah.
Mm.
Granted, that's over a year. So yeah, don't expect those results in 4 weeks.
No. Stacey started working with me
yeah.
a year ago on my 4-week program.
Yeah. But yeah, so I've hit that milestone this week.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's incredible. And just like wanting to hit into the mindset part of it. So Stacey, I know Stacey won't mind me sharing this, but Stacey's way of dealing with any kind of stressful situation, emergency situation, celebratory situation would have been to eat
an entire pack of hobnobs,
sometimes
chocolate hobnobs. Yeah, and not the small ones, you know, the 900 gram with a cup of tea.
Yeah.
And I don't buy hobnobs anymore. No. I can't remember.
Not because I've banned her, by the way.
No, I can't remember the last time I did that. But yeah, I would do that. I would religiously, Saturday and Sunday mornings, my me time was a cup of tea, something recorded on the telly, and a pack of hobnobs, and I would do that every Saturday and Sunday morning. And when I looked at the number of calories in one chocolate hobnob and then multiplied that by the 900 gram packet, yeah, it was no one. And then I would do that, yeah, for any situation that wasn't going right or any emotion other than normal, that was my go-to thing to do. So yeah, I don't do it anymore.
No. Now sometimes she turns up on our calls eating a Cadbury's cream egg, and I'm like, what are you doing?
I have done that. Yeah, I have been known to do that. I track it though.
She does track it.
I track it
because that's the
I
rule.
don't
You can
hide
you can eat it as long as you enjoy it and you track it. But you know, one of the biggest things that has happened for Stacey is changing her mindset towards not just food and exercise, because Stacey also hated walking, and now goes out for walks just because, but just changing the way she deals with her emotions. So any stress, any upset, you know, just would have led to some kind of binge, Stacey, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anything and everything I could get my hands on.
Yeah. So well done.
Thanks.
2.5 stone. Look at you.
I know.
There we go. There we go. Good. Anything else you need to share?
Not that I can think. Not that I can think of. Other than my in-laws are staying until January. That's a whole different ball game. Yeah.
I might want to buy some hobnobs.
Yeah. But no, I'm just into the Christmas planning window. You know me, planning ahead. So I'm planning all of my meals. I made my lasagna for the Wednesday between Christmas and New Year today.
Well done.
Which is now in my freezer.
Well done. Good girl. Well done. Okay, good. So any other questions, comments, struggles that we need to talk about? Please don't forget to book your one-to-one calls with me. I know some of you have, but there's a link. I'll send all of you the link as well in your messenger to book that. Make sure you book that. Any other questions?
I think I had a question, but I don't know if it's more appropriate on the one-to-one call, but I don't mind saying out loud now. But I think I mentioned to you on our first initial call that I initially kept putting off losing weight because I knew I was always very good at losing weight. And so like I just thought, oh, I can start tomorrow because I know I can quickly lose weight. But then before I knew it, I'd put on so much weight, so the journey was a lot bigger. So I just have like this, and I know like you talked about like the glass ceiling, but I just kind of feel like, okay, so I'm going to lose the weight. I know I'm going to lose the weight. It's going. But like, what do you do? But I don't know if that's kind of like a one-to-one call where you,
What do you do
when you reach your goal, like, do you up your calories and then try and track it that way?
Yeah,
Or-
so you would up your calories to maintenance, but just
Yeah.
like with now, that's trial and error, because
Yeah.
whilst I do a calculation for you, the only accurate way of understanding someone's calories is getting them to lie in this machine. But obviously
Okay, yeah.
and it costs £6,000. And obviously every day that you're a bit more active, you might burn more calories. So it's a little bit of trial and error.
Yeah.
And it's also a big thing about mindset. And this is kind of what me and Stacey are working on at the moment, because as I said, Stacey came to me on a 4-week program, then she joined my group program, and now she's on her second stint of one-to-ones with me. And so we're getting Stacey to a place where, you know, whatever she decides to do next, whether it's to stay with me in some capacity or to go it alone, it's about, okay, how do you decide when to stop, and how do you come back out of that? So if I talk about my experience, I put on a lot of weight when I was ill, and then actually, so losing the weight wasn't hugely difficult. I mean, the mindset piece is difficult, but it wasn't hugely difficult. I worked with my coach, you know, I tracked my food, I did my workouts, I was, you know, I implemented all of the practices that come from the evidence. And then when I got to where I wanted to be, I worked with my coach to get my head around going back to eating a bit more, because you do have to eat a bit more. No one wants to stay in a calorie deficit for the rest of their life. You'll just be knackered. But it takes getting your head around, because you will, you know, for me it was adding, I mean, I probably work out harder now, because when I initially lost a lot of that weight, I probably wasn't working out as much as I work out now. But so for me to maintain my weight, I eat about 600 calories more than I did then.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, for a 5'3", I eat 2,000 calories a day.
Yeah.
It is mindset though, because, you know, prior to working with Chrissy, I've done Slimming World, I've done Weight Watchers a few times, and I've shared this widely. So over a period of 15 years,
this is a brilliant statistic.
I lost 11 stone 3 times over and put it back on again. Because I didn't have the right mindset. I was exercising, I was in a calorie deficit, but as soon as I came out of it, within 6 months, a year, I'd put at least half of it back on. And I went through that over a 15-year period. And literally, I mean, I had my first conversation with Chrissy 18 months ago, and it was 6 months after that I actually felt like I was in the right place to do it. And she ran one of these 4-week programs, and I was like, I worked out the cost. We were in lockdown, and it was a case of, right, okay, what have I got to lose? I'm not getting a Costa coffee every day, so that 3-4 quid, I'll invest in doing that. And it's the best decision I ever made. But once I got my head around the mindset piece and started working out what was driving a lot of my food choices, then that's when it clicked. And all of a sudden weight started dropping off, inches started dropping off
Mm.
without really even trying.
Mm. And that mindset links into, so at the moment everyone's got this goal of, I want to lose weight, I want to be healthier, I want to be fitter, I want to have more energy, all of those things. When you stop, and that so having those goals drives you right now. Lottie, I remember having our conversation and we talked about your wardrobe, right? We talked about all your lovely clothes in your wardrobe.
Yeah.
And Stacey, and for Stacey, her big driver is being healthy and able to do things with William, her son. And everyone here has a reason for doing what they want to do, and that's huge. And that's a lot. We do a lot of work on that in my 90-day group program. When you stop, when you get to your goal weight, it's then about, well, what is my goal now? What drives me now? Because that's when it's just really easy to just go, right, well, I'm there now, so I'll just open a packet of Hobnobs. So it's not just the logistics of the calories, it's the logistics of the head. Yeah, good question. Anything? Yeah, Lottie, I can really see it on your face, actually. I can see the difference in your face.
Yeah, I've just felt really good on this, and I feel like I've really flourished. And I feel like when I spoke to you, my calorie deficit was pretty much what you had set me, but obviously I didn't understand, like, by not eating the protein and the vegetables, I will feel hungry. And I also have found it really helpful to have a calorie range, because, like, if I ate over, say, 50 calories or 100 calories, for me that was like a fail, and I'd be like, oh, I failed today. Whereas now I feel like, no, that's fine, that's there if I feel like I need it. Because there's some days I don't quite reach the bottom of my limit, but I know you said you could eat up to 100 below, so I just make sure I don't eat below that. And there are some days I don't need that, the lower amount, but then there's other days where I've eaten 50 calories more, and whereas before I would have beaten myself up and like been like, oh, today's ruined and it's failed, and then I would then probably self-sabotage because I've already eaten over 50, whereas now I'm like, no, that buffer's there and you're still fine and you're on track and it's okay. So yeah, it has definitely helped me learn in that respect.
Yeah, exactly. Brilliant. Well done. Well done.
Thanks.
And it is such a learning journey. I've learned so much about me as a person, rather than the food has been an element of it, but so much else that has, influenced my journey. Like, for example, I don't know whether you've talked about it in the last couple of weeks, but one of the fundamental things that we learned on my journey is, depending at where I am in my cycle, depends on how much I weigh, regardless of how many calories I eat. I put on every month, in the 2 days before my period starts, I put on between 4.5 and 5 kilos. Yeah, I just, Jackie, your eyes nearly popped out of your head.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And I do that 2 days before my period starts, and then so within then 4 days I lose it again.
Yeah.
And that was a huge element, because I was essentially getting on the scales in that window, and I was like, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, that's another thing that we really talk about, is hormones and stuff in my 90-day program, because they have such a massive impact. Like, I've never met anyone whose weight changes as much as Stacey's.
Daily as well.
Yeah, well, and everyone's go
Yeah.
daily, but yeah, I never forget it, because she started working one-to-one with me the day before my birthday, and then like the next day she'd done her weigh and she sent me a screenshot. She was like, oh my god, look how much the scales say the day before my period, which is why the scales aren't everything. Crazy. She's
Yeah,
one of
definitely.
extremes, our Stace.
Yeah, I'm a little bit extraordinary.
Or extra.
All right.
Anything else for anyone else?
I was just wondering, like, if you are there certain foods to avoid, perhaps if you've got like thyroid issues or anything, or is it just still down to just plain on sort of calorie counting in the
So
protein?
it will depend on your medication. There's not a huge amount of evidence to suggest that there's a particular food to avoid, but you can be a little bit carbohydrate sensitive if you've got a thyroid problem, but it's really dependent on the person. It's quite similar to polycystic ovarian syndrome, in that it works a similar way. And one of the best things for thyroid issues is just being really conscious of the food that you're eating, calorie counting and moving. Yeah. They've not done a huge amount of research on it, which is a real shame. But one of my colleagues, do you listen to podcasts, Sarah?
I haven't been, no.
One of my colleagues, Greg, he interviewed someone who has a thyroid problem. So I'll see if I can find the podcast episode and I'll send it to you in Messenger. Probably won't be till tomorrow, but that was really interesting just listening to her, because I think a lot of people hear thyroid problem, oh well, I can't do anything then, but actually you can.
Yeah, I've got this thing called Hashimoto's disease, and they started me on medication, and I thought it was going to like help me lose weight quicker. Do you know what I mean? But it hasn't. So now I'm thinking, okay, that's obviously not going to be the miracle cure. I just need to get down on it, sort of thing, and sort it out. But yeah, okay.
And this, I think I mentioned this last week, and I also mentioned it to one of my one-to-one clients this week, is all of this stuff that we're learning eventually becomes a habit. And all of the things that I teach my clients becomes a habit and just becomes part of who you are, so that eventually, when Stacey leaves me I hope that she won't need to count her calories, because she will know what her breakfast is and what her lunch is and what her dinner is. And she will know how she's feeling, and she will know how, she knows, all right, yeah, looking okay, these fit good, all of that stuff. She'll be able to do it intuitively. And I don't like the term intuitive eating very much, because it's not really accurate, but she'll just know how to do it. That's my aim. When people leave me, I want them to leave me knowing that they can do this on their own, and they never have to go back to Slimming World or juicing or Weight Watchers or downloading, Megan, whatever her name is, stuff off of Instagram. So, but things like Hashimoto's, like the stress, like all of the things that come in, they're the barriers, and it's just working out the best way over the barriers. Yeah. Any other questions? No? Okay, good. Don't forget to book those one-to-one calls then, ladies, and keep going. I remembered to press record today.
Oh, did you have a fail last week?
Yeah, I had a fail 25 minutes in.
Oh,
whoopsie. Okay, good stuff. Well, I shall leave you to your evenings.
Thank
It's
you,
been-
Chrissy.
No
Thank you.
worries. It's been
Thanks,
lovely.
Christy.
Nice
Keep
to see
going,
you all.
everyone. See you
Thank
later.
you.
Bye.
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 Bye.